back with the food videos, man.
And only Gordon Ramsay. Fish and chips is his most popular dish, and today we're gonna see if we can make it better than him.
And at the end, we'll find a random stranger on the street.
You see how they fish and chips have
Most popular
seasoning?
dish, and today we're gonna see if we can.
Like that video we watched, they didn't have no seasoning. This is seasoning right here. That shit look like this crust, like just this over the whole fish, and this part of the fry. Like, it's just bad. Like, I don't care what it is. We season food, man. These guys season some food.
We can make it better than him.
And at the end, we'll find a random stranger on the street to see whose is better, Gordon's or ours. Let's go.
So we just ordered the fish and chips. I'm not gonna lie, Nick, I'm very excited for this. I've never had his fish and chips.
Never.
Never. I know this is like a friendly challenge.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay's the G. I'm sure it's gonna be delicious.
I've had his fish and chips twice now. I do remember that the batter was perfectly crispy. The look of it is beautifully golden. Will it be hard to beat him? Think about it. He's from a part of the world where they've sort of perfected fish and chips. Thank you so much. That looks amazing. I have to be honest. Like, that looks really good. We're gonna lose.
No, we're not, dude. First of all, off rib, it's an entire fillet.
We're gonna lose.
And the potatoes are big old wedges on the bottom.
We're cooked.
You have to have hope. We're gonna beat him.
And it looks good.
First, let's try the chip. It looks like a big old potato wedge. Now, bismillah. Me personally, I'm gonna be fully honest, and not because we're battling him. Not my favorite.
I think their goal with these chips isn't to get them super crispy. I think it's more to just be like classic, basic, more simple fried potato. But it does lack that like super crispy crunch that you want when you think of a fry. But there's no way the fish doesn't have that at this point. So
I think we should dive in.
No, that fish look good.
On top of there.
lemon juice and tartar sauce.
All right, give me with the bismillah.
Tartar sauce is disgusting.
That's pretty good. That's really good. Really nice, light crisp. It's gonna be a battle, but I think we can defeat him. Let the games begin. So we're back in the kitchen, and we are going to be attempting to take down the one and only Gordon Ramsay and his most popular dish, the fish and chips. Beautiful codfish.
So very simply, we're just gonna slice each one in half. As you know, fish and chips always has that sort of classic look where it's about that shape, so we're going for something sort of similar.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the fish with a little bit of salt. We're gonna put it in the fridge for a couple minutes, and what that's gonna do is help extract that moisture from the fish, and it's gonna help season the fish internally. So real gently, we're gonna sprinkle a fish with the salt, and I'm just gonna give each one a flip. Just hit every little crevice with a little bit of salt.
The other really important thing with fish and chips is that you have to focus just as much on the chips as you do on the fish. Now, the cool thing about having so many toys is that most people don't have one of these.
Wash russet potato goes in.
Yep.
Please do the honors, sir.
So satisfying.
In 15 seconds, we got a potato that is ready to fry.
It's every single one. Oh, he couldn't do it. That's so embarrassing. Let me help you out.
I don't want to mess up your cutting.
Let me help you out. That's so embarrassing. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 5 times jam, of course it's gonna work.
Well, you couldn't even do it at all. If you don't get this, we're gonna end the video.
All right.
In one go.
There we go.
Guess you're good.
Locked in.
So what's the first thing we do right away? Gotta rinse it in cold water, wash off all that starch. Maybe even add in a few ice cubes. Keep them nice and cold.
The cold ice is gonna also crisp them up and firm them up and pull them together. So that's also gonna help result in a crispier fry, just a heads up. So now we're gonna take our beautiful French fries and we're gonna lay them out on a paper towel. For a crispy fry, moisture is the absolute killer. So you have to make sure you're really pulling out all that moisture if you want proper results.
I really could.
All these seasonings. And you don't
Really a
use any of
chef.
them.
I use the seasoning.
Nick used to be sensitive
I know
to
how to
black
cook,
pepper, and now he has his whole spice line. I'm actually proud of you. And they're really, really good products, by the way. That's a personal vouch.
We can go back and forth all day. And we do.
Unfortunately.
That's exactly what we do.
Did you just eat a potato?
No.
You just ate a potato?
No.
A raw potato? You weirdo. What is wrong with you?
Next step.
So he eats a raw potato. You call him weird for doing it. And then you do it? See, this is what we be talking about when we say people just be talking. Like, who does that? That was just so hypocritical.
Try these off.
But I'm
Like
learning
you said,
not
you
to
gotta
take
get them
none of
as
these
dry
people serious.
as possible, or they will not crisp up. This is what a lot of restaurants would do. So this is basically a first pre-cook.
So I got some Osmo sea salt. I love this packaging, by the way. They got Chef Nick DiGiovanni with a barcode. That's the worst part. This is gonna be one of those opportunities where you could season the fry from the inside. So we're just gonna throw a little bit of salt in the water. It doesn't have to be overly salty, just like a well-seasoned soup. And then we're going to take the best-looking French fries and just lightly and gently drop them in without burning our fingers. You're kind of built like this fry.
Did you come all the way here to bully me?
Why did you say that so cute?
I'll have the last laugh.
Slowly but surely, our potatoes are gonna soften up on the inside. We don't want them to break though. You're cooking them to the point where they're edible, but still hold together.
That didn't make any sense, by the way, what you just said.
No, like you could eat them. They're cooked through, but they're not falling apart.
Not really, though.
Just because you put on the apron, it doesn't mean you're right. They typically need about 5 to 8 minutes.
I didn't think you'd come bully me so much.
I'm not bullying you.
Especially when I got 3 hours of sleep.
You didn't say that part. If
Well,
you said I
now I
got 3
told
hours,
you, and now I told you, and you should feel bad.
I don't feel bad at all. I actually feel better.
Once the
Nigga
fries
think 'cause he
are
got
basically
3
at a
hours of
point
sleep.
where you can break them, you see the center, it's sort of starting to turn whiter and starchier. They're a little bit more cooked through. We're good.
Now that our potatoes are cooked through, we're gonna let them cool down in the freezer. Now we got our fries resting and cooling down in the freezer. It's time for the fish. The reason why we're removing the moisture is because we want a nice crust that actually sticks to the fish. You know, if the fish is releasing all that moisture after we fry it, it's gonna flake and fall apart. All right, Nick, this is the best part and my favorite part.
Oh, you're gonna make some silly joke here, are you?
No, I'm not.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say this is my favorite part. We're about to cook the fish.
I thought
Right.
you were gonna say seasoning.
So what I like to do is make a mixture of self-rising flour with a little bit of white rice flour. This is gonna make a really nice and fluffy batter. Don't go too heavy on the white rice flour, just a little bit.
Well, don't we season it first?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, we should, right? You're gonna forget about
When did
seasoning?
they create
just-
white rice
We're
flour?
gonna go into this
When
with
is-
some smoked paprika.
Very nice hack,
See,
actually. I'm gonna admit this. I learned this from Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
The curry powder.
Yeah, that's
Like-
embarrassing to learn a hack from Gordon Ramsay in a recipe where you're trying to beat him, don't you think?
Well, we want it to kind of be his style, but better. But yeah, curry powder is a really nice touch in here. And then last but not least, we're gonna be using Osmo's
Like,
Coastal
it's too
Catch.
much
I
to cook it.
genuinely mean this. This
Yeah.
is some really good stuff.
It's really, really great.
And we're gonna get generous. If you don't have access to this, or if you don't want to get it, I totally understand. I'm just joking. But all jokes aside, really good alternative will be Old Bay. So this is gonna be our base dry batter, and I like to take a part of it and put it into another bowl so we can dip the fish in and make the tempura from here. So now to make our lovely tempura batter, Nick's gonna add the sparkling water. Put more.
I am. You know what? I love the sound that it makes when you pour it into this too.
Yeah, well, I love when you pour more so I could actually whisk.
It's better to go gradually. That way you don't get clumps. Put a little elbow grease into that, all right?
Elbow grease, my whole freaking arm is in here.
What are you talking about? Why are you whisking like that?
Why
If
is
you
he
think we're
whisking
gonna-
like that? I'm glad he said it. What is this form? I ain't never seen nobody whisk with that form. He needs jail time.
Whole freaking arm is in here.
What are you talking about? Why are you whisking like that?
And
Do you
then,
think we're gonna
and then the nigga biting his lip while he
whole
do
freaking
it.
arm is in here.
What are you talking about? Why are you whisking
Look at him.
like that?
Like, do you think we're gonna beat Gordon Ramsay?
I don't know, actually. I'm right on the fence about it. I will say you've been a pretty good sous chef today.
How am I the sous chef?
Every single time we've cooked together, you've been the sous chef.
It's on my channel. You're
Doesn't
the sous
matter.
chef.
My kitchen. And also, just naturally, I think people know that you're the sous chef if there's both of us here. Go get the,
No, you go get it. What are we grabbing? There's nothing to grab. You just want to say that. So for the batter, we're looking for a slightly looser than a pancake batter consistency. We got our beautiful 3 stations. We got the fish. We got our beautiful light tempura batter. And we got our nice dried seasoned flour. And now we have our oil. We're going to get our oil up to 350 degrees.
into the dry batter, very light. We just literally want to kiss it with that flour and then shake. And now into the wet batter, dip it all the way through, shake off that excess, and then we go 3, 2, 1,
Nice.
drop it in.
Perfect.
Boom. That was it.
Once it's into the oil, so on the side Nick held the fish on, there's gonna be a little bit of batter that's missing. I'm just gonna add a little bit with my finger, just like that.
Go get us a tray to put them on.
But I don't like how you're saying that.
Go grab it.
That's so
I don't
disrespectful.
even know where it is.
It's behind the kitchen there. You'll find it.
Yeah, no, but actually, where's the tray?
Behind. Quickly, please. He's an okay sous chef. I give him like a 5 out of 10. I have had much better sous chefs in my day, that's for sure. Wow, that looks awesome.
I'm telling you, we're gonna beat him. We should open up a fish and chip shop.
I'm only consider it if you're my sous chef.
I will be your chef.
You would?
Yeah.
All right.
The same oil, same pot, hit them with the fries. It's not gonna taste like fish, I promise.
If you want to do your fries first, you can. There's no reason you can't.
But we like them fresh. I like the fries to be the most fresh. And since we already blanched them, they're only gonna need 5 minutes to cook.
Yeah, quick. Maybe even less.
All right, we're taking these out. So we just pulled out the fries from the fryer. I'm gonna hit them with this Osmo vegetable seasoning. Just hit them with whatever seasoning that you like, but this has a lot of nice herbs and spices. And Nick is gonna do the honors of plating. All right, 2-piece order.
Nice hot fries. And then if you want, on top, a little more seasoning on the fries. Wedge that lemon wherever you want, and you're good.
This is the Gordon Ramsay defeater.
And as always,
I wanna
now,
taste it.
Bismillah. Oh, dang, that crunch. Look at how juicy this fish is as well. That is not only because we got a nice high quality fish, but we also put that salt on there. All that flavor, all that moisture is concentrated right in there, all held inside the fish.
Now that we have our wonderful, beautiful creation, we're gonna take it back to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant and we're gonna have a random stranger rate ours compared to his. Let's go. Let's see who's the winner. Hey, you wanna try fish and chips? We made our own and then we're gonna go against Gordon Ramsay's. You gotta try both and rate them.
Deal.
We're not gonna tell him who made what. This is fish and chips A. You grab the fish, grab the chips, and just tell us how it tastes.
A little lemon on here.
Sweet.
Am I tripping or did he missed every drop of lemon? All that lemon went to the side. Look at all that lemon. That nigga missed every drop.
Sweet.
That's solid. Fries are well seasoned. Nice salt. Even if they're a little cold, they're still good. I like that.
Can you give us a rating out of 10?
I've had some good fish and chips in London. I would say a solid like 7.5, 8 out of 10. This is better than the street food I get in London.
So 8 out of 10. And now we got fish and chips number 2.
Okay. This looks like a Gordon Ramsay plate. Like, this just looked like some street shit. Like, you get this shit from a street venue or something. But this looked like Gordon Ramsay all the way.
Shit, I should have warned you. It's worth it.
Honest review, piping hot, nicely salted. Breadings, not as crunchy as I would have wanted on this one. Still pretty good. The fish is nice, moist. The fry, I like steak fries. I don't think they always go with fish and chips. I haven't tried the tartar sauce. Hold on, let me get in there. That's well done. Tartar sauce adds a lot. Yeah, this is tough. I would say this is I would call it a 7. I would probably eat the other one over this one.
The first one was actually the one me and Nick made. We didn't pay him, I swear to God. There you have it, folks. Subscribe for more. Yo!
Hold on. We only got we only got one voter? We supposed to go off that? These niggas piss me off.